Hi WWD, this is Arthur. I'm the owner of Merci Paris, and I'm honored to be in Korea and to be interviewed by WWD, which is the most important magazine and newspaper in the fashion industry. That's a very interesting question. I think that there's two ways of defining Merci for its own names. First of all, the real name of Merci should be Merci la vie, which means thank you life. And by saying Merci la vie, by being grateful, you recognize the luck you have of living in a country of peace, having food for you and your family, having all you need around you. And because you're grateful of all of that. So this is why it's very important for us to give back and to show that we're very grateful of being lucky. And this is something that is at the core of Merci, right? And this is even in our logo with the clover. The fourth leaf of the clover is a heart, because we want the gratefulness to be at the core of what we do. And the number two, it's about celebrating life, right? It's about life should be a celebration of its own. When you go to Paris in the summertime, you see people on the terrace of the cafe, and this is just this French approach of just enjoying in a very engaged way life. And how do you enjoy life in a very engaged way? It's through by understanding the importance of art de vivre in our everyday life. So yeah, we should celebrate life through this very way of putting attention on the objects that are around us. We're very lucky. We're very lucky because we are a family-owned business. We're not like a listed company. We don't have a budget, and we love projects. We love new adventures, new endeavors. This is really what defines us. We were looking to do a new store because, I mean, we're lucky to have a lot of traffic and a lot of people who love Merci, and we were sure that we could do another store that would not look like the first one. It would be a new after the first opening. If Merci is about, and I'll come back to the ceiling and the volume and everything. If Merci is a house, this space is really felt like a loft, right? It's a rectangle, so it's very different. Also, the fact that we took out the ceiling makes it a very beautiful volume with a lot of natural light coming in, flowing in, and really enriching the whole, I would say, the whole space. So, yeah, as a matter of fact, it's very interesting to have this space and to be able to redesign and to be able to bring in the story of Merci, new designers. E-commerce for us is a catalog of what we do, but it's more something that I would say follows the store rather than is at the spear of the store. And this is something, or maybe it's at the spear of the store, but then people come in store and finalize the selection they do, right? And of course, e-commerce is very interesting and it's a fantastic way of doing easy buying on the internet, but you will never have online what you can feel with your five senses in store, right? But for us, we're very concentrated on the moments you spend in store at our place. Taste for me is the expression of who you are. And it's hard to know what we really like, to be honest with you. For instance, I went to the Mingei Museum in Tokyo. I saw many Windsor chairs in my life, right? But it never rang a bell to me. I mean, it was just a chair. And I went to the Mingei Museum in Tokyo, which is a museum about the everyday object, and it was really about the Windsor chair. It was a whole exhibition on Windsor chair. And the exhibition was so amazing that I truly fell in love with the Windsor chair. And today I always have a Windsor chair next to me. It was not about the Windsor chair, it was the moment I spent in this museum learning about this chair, celebrating the work of the curator that made the exhibition. It was the discovery of the expression of all these different Windsor chairs, the English, the American, Japanese, which got inspired, and see the creativity through an everyday object that could reflect so many different ways. So I did not know I had a taste for Windsor chair, but when I see Windsor chair, it reminds me of this moment I spent in this museum, right? I really feel that it's hard to know what you really like. It's hard to know, do you like something because it's fashionable? Do you like something because everybody likes it? And it's hard to really break down why you like things, right? And to really remind yourself, look, this is me, this is who I am, this is something that is in a positive energy with me. This is not something that is I would say, forced into my life, right? Sometimes you have a fashion trend you don't agree, and you tend to go towards this trend, but it's not you who you are. So yeah, for sure, it's not easy to understand what you like, but people should really reflect on that, I feel. Everywhere. Everywhere. It can be really everywhere. I took pictures of a can of tea 5 minutes ago. I have all those pictures. I just sort them out on the planes most of the time. And yeah, it's everywhere. It never ends, you know. And you see something, you reflect, and you say, oh, I could do it this way, and I could mix this and this. And yeah, I mean, when you have a curious eyes, when you're open, it never stops. That's the beauty of what we do. You see somebody on the street with a very nice cardigan, where's it from? And then you learn about the new designer, you look it up, and then everything is a rabbit hole, and you just go down the rabbit hole, and it's fantastic. The more you give, the more you go out, the more you have incoming calls and people reaching out to you. Yeah, it's fantastic. Like 5 or 6 times already. Yeah. Now I try to come at least once a year. Very nice. Very nice. I had a lot of meetings, but it's very nice. It's always nice to meet people, to see what's going on. It's very interesting, this the fuss that's in the city and the calm. This is really typical to Asian city, but here you have something that is a very continental vibe, right? So as I said, for me, I don't see the Korean market. I see Seoul as a way of living, and if we come here, we would be a very Parisian store, but we would, of course, respond to this Seoul way of living, right? There's a true art de vivre. Asia is something as a whole, but I would mostly consider maybe Tokyo, Seoul, Shanghai. Korea is very interesting, as I said. What is very interesting, I feel, is really to consider everything as a whole. Consider the popular culture, consider the very sophisticated culture as a whole. The sophistication, but also consider the whole energy, yeah. From K-pop to maybe a very exclusive and very limited brand, right? Or maybe very limited artist. And I'm sure that the future of Merci would, for sure, to not only be in Paris. We know that we can develop what we've been doing by adding some new city to the project. At some point we would love to be able to do maybe a temporary store or to tell a story, just to appear here at some point in some form.